Hi, welcome to Making Better Me Day 213 update. But it is more than just 213 day update, it is actually 7 months update. So I've been doing daily videos for 7 months now, and it's been quite an interesting ride so far. There's been lots of things happened. What started off as being accountable has changed a few times. Been a source of information, been a source of inspiration, and who knows what else it will be over the next little while. But so I'm going to talk about a few things tonight. This may be a little bit of a longer video, so I apologize for that. Got lots of things I want to tell you about and sort of update on. So first off, let's get the nasty stuff out of the way. Hit that like button now because you're going to like this video. You're going to want to show your appreciation for this video by hitting that like button. Also, if you have any comments on this video, click on the section below and leave some comments on YouTube. I would love to have your comments, love to have your feedback. And last of all, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribing doesn't mean you have to watch every single video or anything at all. You don't even have to watch any videos. Just hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me and I would appreciate it. Okay, so what is this channel about? Making a Better Me. This channel started off as a way or a means of being accountable for some changes I wanted to make. And those changes started off with being more helpful around the house, being a better husband in terms of helping out with housework, chores, day-to-day tasks, things, making sure things get done, bills paid, papers dealt with, mail, whatever, all that sort of thing, because we were sort of struggling with that stuff a little bit. Things were piling up, not getting done in a timely manner, and all that sort of thing. So, and I think as far as that goes, I think so far everything's been very successful. We've been more on top of things overall. The other thing was it was to help me be more accountable for my fitness, especially since I'd undergone a couple of injuries and seemed to be having a slow time recovering, and I wanted to sort of commit to getting some things fixed and getting some things healed up and working better. That's been kind of hit and miss. I've had some success with that and some not success with that. Right now I've been going through just a lazy time as far as the gym goes. I've been on probably a break from the gym for about a month or so. My injuries are not completely healed by any stretch, unfortunately, and I think I just sort of needed to recharge my batteries in terms of certain things. With travel and with a lot of things that have been going on in the last few months, it's been difficult to maintain a good gym schedule. And I know that I think there's some travel coming up in the next couple of weeks, so I like to get back on track with that, but I may wait until after that period. We'll see. I am really starting to feel the itch to start getting into the gym again, so who knows, maybe I'll start up before that time and at least get myself started, but we'll have to sort of see. I want to talk about, like I say, some of the other things that have happened over the last couple of months, and just, explain a little bit about the roller coaster we've been on. But before I do that, let's talk really quickly about today and what happened today and what was good and what was bad. Today was a Wednesday, and regular work day, pretty normal, pretty uneventful, pretty uninteresting. After work today, I came home and just decided to chill for a little bit, and we had some supper, and I chilled for a little while talking with Jessica, and I was showing her some pictures from our trip because we really haven't had a chance to sit down and talk about that. So I showed her a few pictures from our trip, and then decided, I think I better get the lawn mowed. I talked about it And I was kind of putting it off, and I was really thinking about, do you know what, I'm not going to bother. I'll just leave. But I thought, you know what, I better get that done. The lawn, I haven't mowed the lawn since before we went away, so it's been like about a month. Maybe a little bit less than a month, but probably 4 weeks. Jessica did mow it once while we were away, but that was, going on 3 weeks ago probably. So, it was certainly due to be done. I've been sort of claiming I'm saving the bees by letting it grow like that, but it was time. So I'm sorry, bees. Hopefully that everything goes well for you, and when some new flowers come in and whatever, you'll have a place to go. And you're always welcome in my rose bushes, you know that. So come and hang out there and do your thing. So what else did I do tonight? After I did that, I took some compost out that needed to go out. I did some recycling that needed to be done. I threw in a wash, and I cleaned the shower and tub and sink in the bathroom. So feel pretty good about things like that were done tonight. One thing that I was kind of half thinking about doing tonight but didn't was I wanted to go down and maybe sit outside the gate and watch some of the Trews concert that was taking place downtown, and by the time I finished mowing the lawn, probably would have been the perfect time to go down, but I was pretty sweaty and tired, and I just thought, you know what, I've seen the Trews at least 10 times, I'm okay. So I opted out of that, and I'm a little disappointed in a way, but in a way I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So, kind of weird having the Trews in town and not going to see them. Anyway, so that was my day today. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't think we have anything major planned. I think we might have an appointment with our financial planner, Doug, and I don't think there's anything on the go for Friday or Saturday or Sunday, or Monday for that matter. I do want to go see some buskers over the next few days because they're only here until I think Monday. So I'd love to get out and see some buskers. That's something that I always like to do. Okay, so that's about that information. So let's talk a little bit about the roller coaster that we have been on in this family for the last 7 months, probably longer. When I started this vlog, Leanne was in a depression. As if you've been following along, as you know, Leanne has bipolar depression, or bipolar disorder, which consists of depression and manic episodes, although seems to be more depressive episodes than manic. So she was in a depression at the time and had been in one for quite a long time at that point. Probably close to a year. So, and she'd been off work as well. So that was, certainly a difficult time, as it always is, for her especially, but for the whole family really. It's it's definitely not an easy thing. Living and loving someone who has depression. For anybody out there who goes through that, I certainly understand. And while I don't have depression myself, I feel like I have a pretty good insight into what it's like, just from living with it in my house every day for long periods of time. And that's not to say that I know, because I don't. But again, I have a fairly good idea of what goes on. She's a very descriptive person and gives me a lot of information about that. And yeah, I know it's a tough thing for the person that's sick, but it's also tough on the people that love that person. So anyway, so that was our first little bit of a challenge. And then, amazingly enough, Leanne started to get well, probably around March. um, which was fabulous. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more. And quite quickly, we've been working with a doctor at the Mood Disorder Clinic in Halifax, Dr. Hayek, and he had recommended some changes to medications, and they seemed to really hit the nail on the head, because as those changes were made, Leanne get better quite quickly. So thankful to Dr. Hayek and the Mood Disorder Clinic, and yeah, that's all good. So that was a good thing. So from there, what else happened? Threw some axes over, I think in March, and I actually threw in an axe throwing competition when we were at the outdoor show. We did some dock diving demos at the outdoor show. That was fun. That was great. And then in May, I'm glazing over a few things. Actually, I guess let's jump back a page or two. At the beginning of April, I believe, whenever Easter was, I stopped drinking pop. I stopped cold turkey. I didn't have pop one day, and I thought, hey, I can do another day, and I can do another, and I'm still doing more. I think I'm guessing over 100 days now, pop free. I'm sure I've passed 3 months and into my 4th month, so I'm pretty excited about that. Feeling pretty good about that, and I've been trying to really be conscious and drink a lot of water. I'm not just, replacing the amount of pop I was drinking with water, but I'm actually drinking more, trying to get, 4 to 6 liters a day. And I think I'm pretty much in that range most days. So I think that's a good positive thing to be doing. So we move forward to May, and we actually went throwing axes with some friends, and the next couple of days later, I guess, Leanne's mom, Thora, had an incident. I'm not sure what even to call it. She had an aneurysm burst, so she had a brain bleed, subarachnoid brain bleed, or hemorrhage or something. I'm not sure of the official term. I've known, but I right now I'm drawing a blank, so I'm not 100% sure what to call it. But anyways, since then, that made things very, very difficult. She was very, very sick for a long time. She spent actually 2 full months in the hospital. She actually went home from the hospital on July 8th. July 8th? No, that's not right. Yes, that is right, on July 8th. So, that was 2 months exactly to the date that she was able to go home. She was in Halifax for probably at least 6 weeks, and then was transferred to Truro. But during that time, Leanne, she had a lot of things going on. She was back and forth to Halifax. She was into the hospital most days, updating friends and family, and just a lot of very, very, busy, difficult things to do, especially for someone who had just come out of a depression. Also during that time, Leanne applied for and was a successful candidate for a new job position. She is transferring to Harmony Heights Elementary from Truro Elementary, and she'll be teaching grades 1 and 3 math, rather than just a full class of one subject or of one grade level. So that's a change for her, but she's really excited about it, and I think it's going to be a positive change for her. I've seen and heard, lots of good things about Harmony Heights Elementary, and not to say that there's anything wrong with Truro Elementary, but sometimes there's just a change is a good thing, and I think in this case, change will be a very good thing. So there was a lot of things going on for her. Very busy back and forth. trying to get that all sorted out. Now, prior to that happening, after Leanne got well, I got thinking, you know what? I think probably around March I decided, I thought, hey, you know what? We should do something. It's our 25th anniversary this year. We should go to Disney World. We've gone a couple of times before with the girls when they were young, and you know, it's always a place that we want to go back to. It's a very entertaining place, I guess. And so we decided to plan a trip for our 25th anniversary. I said, you know what, you're feeling well, your 25th anniversary, you know, let's just do it. Let's just go. So we decided to do that. We had basically already had our trip paid for and booked, and I don't think it was refundable, and when Thor got sick. So, you know, we had a lot of things going on there, getting ready for the trip and things like that, as well as, you know, dealing with traveling back and forth and trying to do anything we can to help with her. Leanne advocated for her a lot in the hospital, and, you know, to make sure she was getting the things she needed and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, a lot of things happening there, and very, very busy, very, very busy. So as she got the churro and things were, you know, getting better, and she was getting to a point where she was ready to really go home. Excuse me. Things were, you know, good but busy, and one night Leanne had noticed her feet were very swollen, quite puffy, quite, you know, and really odd. Nothing like that had ever happened before. So she decided she would call 811, which is the, I'm not sure what it's called. It's a medical service anyways that's provided here. And she called there and talked to a nurse who did an over-the-phone assessment. And based on the assessment, it was recommended that she see a doctor, you know, as soon as possible. Now this happened to be on a weekend, so we went to the Emerge. And I was actually away when she went, but when I get home, I followed her there. When we went to the Emerge, when I got there, she was having some tests, or had some tests. So she had urinalysis, blood tests, and chest x-rays. At the time, the doctor, you know, looked at all her results and said, you know, there's 3 things that can cause the swelling in your feet. One would be a kidney problem, one would be a liver problem, and one would be a heart problem. So that's what those 3 tests were to check. And everything came back normal, and you know, there were no concerns as far as what might be causing the swelling in the feet. He sort of attributed it to the heat and humidity, and just told her to rest and keep her feet up and take it easy for a few days. And sure enough, the swelling seemed to go away, and her, you know, feet returned to normal, and all was well with the world. As we were getting ready to go for our trip, which was about a week or 2 after that, she got a call asking about a CAT scan. And she said, well, do you mean for my mother? And I said, no, for you. And she said, well, why? And that there was something on the chest x-ray that they wanted to get a better look at. So they wanted to get her in during the time we were away, and she said, well, we're away then. So they made the appointment for when we get back. So we arrived home on the 15th, and she went in for the CAT scan on the 16th of July. And then on the 18th, she got a call asking her to go in to see her doctor to discuss the results. Now, that's a little concerning, and it was certainly concerning, and she went in to see Dr. Phillips, who was her family doctor, and at that time she was told that we have lymphoma. for. She has lymphoma. Not the kind of thing you want to hear. But at that time we were taking it with, well, you know, that's probably, as far as cancer goes, that's about the best kind to have. It's very treatable, things like that. She's young and healthy, and you know, we'll beat this. Was the attitude we took, and you know, we thought, well, we can do this. We've been through a lot. We can do this. It's one more thing, but we can do this. Dr. Phillips set up an appointment with another doctor in Halifax to go over, you know, what the next steps would be. So we went to see that doctor last week, and he looked at the results of the CAT scan as well, and he said he didn't believe that it was lymphoma, but he believed it was another condition. And you'll have to look at Day 207's update to get the name of it, because I can't pronounce it and remember how to pronounce it properly. I can pronounce it if I hear it a couple times, but I can't say it very well. Sarcoidosis or something, I don't know. Anyways, or sarcoidosis or sarcoidosis or sacrodosis, I don't know, something like that. Anyways, look at Day 207. That will give you information. I know I think there's information in the comments that show us links to a couple of websites that have information about it. So that being said, that is a much better diagnosis. She is still going to have a biopsy, but you know, that is looking much more positive. So yeah, that's about where we are right now. So that was about a week and a half ago, and the only thing left really going on right now is Tamara's trying to decide whether we're going to go to Agility Nationals or not. The other thing that's been happening is Jessica has a boyfriend who lives out in Edmonton, and she's been back and forth there 3 times, I guess, now. She met him in March, she was out in June, and again in July, and I think she's planning again in September or October to go back. So, you know, that's great for her. I'm excited for her to have found someone, and I hope that he treats her well, and that she's happy. And we'll just see what happens. We'll see where that goes. So yeah, that's been sort of all the things that have been happening. So you know, we've got about a month of summer left. A few things going on that we want to take part in. Buskers are this week, and that's something that I've always been involved with going to see. It's something I've always loved to go watch, so I'm really hoping to go check out some busker acts. You know, I'd like to do a few little day trips over the next few weekends when I can, and before we know it, it'll be September, and we'll be back to school for Leanne, and things will be just busy as normal. So that's all the stuff that's going on. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's what's been going on. So I'm gonna say it again real fast, because who knows if you actually did it. If you're still hanging on and you're still watching this video, thank you. Appreciate it. And hit that like button, because if you've watched for this long, you must have liked this video. So hit that like button. Also, leave some comments below. You know, it has been a roller coaster ride of things, and we try to do our best to take everything in stride and make the best of the situation we're given, which I think is important. And last, of course, hit that subscribe button. If you've watched this long, then you definitely should be subscribed to this channel. Appreciate it. Anyways, that's it for tonight. So have a good night. Talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.